Alright guys, today we're here to do a video on my top 15 favorite ad-hoc multiplayer games on the PlayStation Vita. Now, just to remind you guys what ad-hoc means on the PlayStation Vita, for all you guys who don't remember, ad-hoc means that you can actually play with another friend that's next to you that has their own PlayStation Vita with no internet required. It just uses the signal of the PlayStation Vita, and you can play those games together with no online servers or anything. So it's kind of really fun to do, and there's actually quite a variety of games on the PlayStation Vita that supported this feature, which is great because obviously, as we all know, PlayStation Vita's life is obviously coming to an end where a lot of the servers are being taken offline and everything like that for those of the ones that haven't, which means that the only way we could play some of these multiplayer games is, of course, ad hoc with, you know, a few PlayStation Vitas in our home that we play against our friends and family locally. So I want to talk about my top 15 favorites that are on the PlayStation Vita, so let's go ahead and get into the video.
Gaming tech, eating brekkie is the gaming tech. Going for a brekkie is the gaming tech. Gaming techie is the gaming tech. Gaming techie.
Alright guys, so starting the list off at number 15 is a game called Virtual Tennis 4. Now, I'm a huge fan of tennis games, even though I'm not a tennis player in real life, but they're just so much fun to play. And it was fantastic to have this game on the Vita. The graphics were fantastic when this game came out, and it had some really unique features that they made into the Vita version of the game, between like the touch controls that they had. They had like a first-person mode as well that you can play into tennis. And it's a really fun game on the Vita, especially with the multiplayer option of being able to play with 4 people locally, everyone having their own Vita and having a game like this to be able to play anywhere on the go if everyone has their own Vita and do it in local ad hoc mode. It's fantastic fun game modes to play, and the first person and all the unique features that they made with this game. It even has a camera mode where you can actually scan your face into the game and then you can create a character using your face, which is just crazy. So there was definitely some unique features here, and it's a lot of fun to play in ad hoc mode, and you guys should definitely check this one out. Virtual Tennis 4 coming in at number 15. The next one here, coming in at number 14, is a game we probably all remember from the Vita, and that is PlayStation AllStars Battle Royale. So for all you guys who don't know, this game is a free-for-all brawler, kind of like Super Smash Bros. And stuff, but made with for Sony systems, and it was definitely a lot of fun. It had characters like Sly Cooper, you can fight as Kratos, Sweet Tooth from Twisted Metal, Papa the Rapper, all these characters from the spectrum of what we know from PlayStation, and we got it in a brawler, and obviously unique levels and stuff. And of course, this game also has ad hoc multiplayer where you can play up to 4 of your friends on your PlayStation Vitas, and it is a ton of fun. There's obviously not a game like this where you can actually use, you know, characters from the Sony fan bases and Sony franchises we all know and love to be able to play it like this. So it's definitely still a game that holds up because there's not much like it, and it's a lot of fun, and it's really fun to be able to play it on the PlayStation Vita like this, you know, with 4 of your friends and everybody doing ad hocs. Everyone gets their own screen and kind of just go crazy. Really unique levels too in the game, and the characters all feel unique and all that kind of stuff. Definitely a game that goes under the radar in my opinion. A lot of people kind of disregarded this game when it came out. I mean, it wasn't like, you know, as good as Smash was back in the day, but it was still a very, very good platform fighter like this, and I had a ton of fun with it. So check this one out, guys. PlayStation AllStars Battle Royale coming in at number 14. So the next one here, coming in at number 13, is a game that we're all familiar with, and that's Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz. This game, there's obviously been a lot of different games of this already on different platforms and stuff, and the PlayStation Vita game was also really good. There's obviously 2 parts to this game. There's the main story mode, and then there's the mini games. And the mini games is obviously what we're all here for to talk about today, because we're talking about playing this game in ad hoc mode. And again, you can play with 4 players on this game, which is great. And in ad hoc mode, there's the 8 mini games, and there are some series staples that we all know and love, like Monkey Target, for example, which involves like launching a monkey off a ramp and then onto a dartboard to gain points, which is really cool. There's Love Maze, Monkey Billiards, which we all know and love from other ones, Monkey Bingo, Monkey Bowling, of course, which I love Monkey Bowling. That one's also a really fun one. So all of the great mini games that you guys are used to seeing from the franchise are in here, and you can play them in ad hoc mode, which is fantastic, with 4 of your friends on the PlayStation Vita. And the story mode is obviously as good as it's ever been on the series, and it's a lot of fun. So definitely a game to check out with your PlayStation Vita, so you can all kind of play these mini games in ad hoc mode and have a lot of fun with Super Monkey Ball. You can even, as you can see, create your own stage and kind of manipulate the stages and then play them. So there's a lot to be had with this game, and it is a ton of fun. Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz coming in at number 13. The next one here coming in at number 12 is When Vikings Attack. Now, I don't know how many of you guys actually remember this game, but this was one of my favorite games on the Vita and the PlayStation 3 because it was out on that too. Because I'm a huge fan of local multiplayer games, and we all know that here. That's why we're making this video. And this game just shines in local multiplayer. You basically have a series of characters. You're moving them around and just grabbing things from all over the stage, throwing them at each other, using the environment, and just trying to be the last group standing. And the more you hit each other, like you hit the other opponents, you basically grab their characters, and then you make your posse even bigger. And there's a lot of creativity in the levels, a lot of creativity here. And this game also allows 4 players to be able to play in ad hoc mode. You can either play against each other, there's different modes, or with each other in cooperative mode. Some of the levels are crazy, like this one here where you're seeing cops come out from all over the place in cars. Just a lot of fun to be had. This is a really good local multiplayer game in general, and is so much fun to play in ad hoc mode on the PlayStation Vita. And it's a long forgotten game that I think also went under the radar that I definitely put high on my list. So, When Vikings Attack coming in at number 12. The next one on this list coming in at number 11 is Asphalt Injection. Now, Asphalt Injection is the first game on the list that you can actually play with 8 players in ad hoc mode, which is fantastic if you have a bunch of Vitas and a bunch of friends who still have Vitas and you want to play in ad hoc mode. And this game is, of course, an arcade racer. We're all familiar with the Asphalt series because obviously they're now on phones and stuff made by Gameloft, and this game is a ton of fun on the PlayStation Vita. Really fast paced, of course, with the same style and the same graphics that Asphalt is kind of known to be at this point from all of us. And this game is just so much fun. If you're into arcade racers, definitely one to check out. Asphalt Injection coming in at number 11. The next one on this list coming in at number 10 is another one that lets you play with 8 players in ad hoc mode, and that is Hot Shots Golf World Invitational. So I'm a huge golf fan when it comes to video games, especially golf games like this that are kind of leaning towards, more arcadey style and goofy characters like this one has, and all the over-the-top characters and costumes and comedic nature that this game has. And they ported over to the PlayStation Vita, and they did a fantastic job. They offer some unique features with the touch control that you can kind of line up your shot and look through the fairway and everything like that. Really fun game. The graphics are really good on here, and the fact that this is 8-player multiplayer through ad hoc mode is fantastic, and the gameplay is addicting as it's ever been. I mean, Hot Shots Golf has been a staple now with the PlayStation fan base for a while. It's been on a lot of their consoles, and they did a really good job bringing it over to the PlayStation Vita. Definitely one to check out, guys. Coming in at number 10, Hot Shots Golf World Invitational. The next one on this list coming in at number 9 is Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. So we have a Marvel game on the PlayStation Vita, a fighter, one of the classics that we all know and love. It's definitely my favorite Marvel fighter that's ever been made. Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is fantastic. And the fact that we have this on the Vita, portably, but even more so is the fact that this game actually has 6-player ad hoc play, so you can do teams of 3v3, and all the characters that you all are familiar with are all here, and it plays really well on the PlayStation Vita, and is a ton of fun to play in ad hoc mode with all the characters and all the different modes that there are in here, and how everything just runs really fluid. Over 50 playable characters on the Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I can't believe we got this one when it came out on the Vita. I couldn't believe that we actually got this port over and how well of a job it was. And the fact that we now have, that we had ad hoc mode at 6 players, it's fantastic. So definitely not one to miss, especially if you're a fighting fan or a Marvel fan, to be able to play online with these. It's fantastic to be able to play with 6 people and do teams and all that kind of stuff. So definitely check this one out, guys. Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 coming in at number 9. The next one here coming in at number 8 is one of my favorite local multiplayer games ever made, and that is Towerfall Ascension. When this game came out for the PlayStation Vita, I was super excited because, again, I love this game and I have loved it on every time that it's been ported over to a new system. It's still one of my favorite local multiplayer games to play with friends, and this game, again, has a 4-player ad hoc play, and it's basically a game where you basically are trying to be the last one standing. There's a bunch of different modes, a bunch of different modifiers to switch up the gameplay. Everyone grabs a corner, and you have a bow and arrow, and you have to try and kill the opposing players by using the map or using the abilities that are dropping on the map, and it's just the most addicting game to play. I've been playing this for years, and we have a ton of fun playing this, and it's great to have it on the PlayStation Vita, so you can play it on the go really easily, and having ad hoc play is even better, so you can play with 4 of your friends. So really, really good game, guys. If you guys have not heard of this game or haven't played it and you have a PlayStation Vita, definitely check this one out. Towerfall Ascension coming in at number 8. The next one here coming in at number 7 is a game called Dragon's Crown. I don't know how many of you guys remember this game, but this game, when I played it on the Vita and the PlayStation 3, it was fantastic. It is basically a 4-player cooperative game that you're playing with your friends, and you basically team up and try to go through different dungeons and basically collect treasure and beat bosses and stuff like that. But what really sets this game apart from all the other games that are just like what you just heard me say is the graphic style and the way that you traverse in this game, and just the nature of how the game is portrayed and the story and stuff. It's just really, really unique still to this day. And we again have 4-player Ad-Hoc play on the PlayStation Vita, which is fantastic. And the game was ported over to the Vita really, really well. Graphics look fantastic. The gameplay is so good. And this is one that still holds up today because, again, there's nothing like this game. The graphics are fantastic, as you guys are looking at here. The gameplay is so much fun, really, really addicting. And it's basically endless because you can keep going through these dungeons, try to get better weapons and better abilities, trying to get your treasures, and then go ahead and fight the bosses. So a lot of fun to play if you're into cooperative games like this with your friends, again with 4 players Ad-Hoc on the PlayStation Vita. So check this one out, guys. Dragon's Crown coming in at number 7. The next one here coming in at number 6 is Wipeout 2048. Now, I'm sure we're all familiar with the Wipeout franchise at this point. This is another one that has been going on for a long time on every Sony console, and this one was also done for the Vita. And again, this one has 8-player Ad-Hoc ability to be able to play with 8 of your friends. And this one was also ported over really, really well. It's a great racing game, always has been. Really, really unique. There's not a lot of games like this even today. And it's just a ton of fun to play with your friends. The fact that there's 8-player multiplayer, you can even take a photo of yourself before the race so everybody knows who you are. There's a lot of competitive modes that you can play against each other. Really, really fun game to play on your PlayStation Vita. And then, like you just saw, the winners get displayed with a little bit of a picture. So they definitely use the PlayStation abilities as much as possible with using the touchscreen and the rear controls. And the camera on the front, take a picture of you, all that kind of stuff is all kind of being used in this game. And for the most part, it all works really, really well. And it definitely puts the PlayStation Vita to good use. And the graphics are fantastic in this one. The racing is as good as it's ever been, really fast-paced, and it feels great to be playing this on a handheld. And again, the fact that you can play this with up to 8 of your friends in Ad-Hoc multiplayer is fantastic. So definitely check this one out as well, guys. Wipeout 2048 coming in at number 6. The next one on this list is probably a game that we all remember from the PlayStation Vita because I used to play this game like crazy and actually still do, is Call of Duty Black Ops Declassified. It's so good. The fact that we got a portable Call of Duty. How many of us can say that we actually have a portable Call of Duty now on any other system? Even on the Steam Deck, we don't have one that you can actually play online really, really well. And we have this on the PlayStation Vita that you can actually play a Call of Duty game. And it was actually really, really fun to play. They did a pretty solid job with the way everything works. And playing Call of Duty multiplayer on the go on a console like this was fantastic back in the day. And this one also has 8-player Ad-Hoc abilities. So even when the servers go down and all that kind of stuff, we can at least still play this in Ad-Hoc mode because Call of Duty on a handheld like this is so much fun. Really, like I said, I still play this game today. I was playing this non-stop back on the Vita. This was my go-to game that I play all the time online, and it's fantastic to be able to play with 8 players Ad-Hoc. And they did a good job with bringing the Call of Duty experience on the go to the PlayStation Vita. So check this one out, guys. Coming in at number 5 is Call of Duty Black Ops Declassified. The next one here coming in at number 4 is another one that I used to play online all the time for multiplayer, and that is Resistance Burning Skies. This is another one that you can play with 8 players in Ad-Hoc as well, which is fantastic. And this game was so much fun and competitive online. Resistance, obviously I fell in love with it on the PlayStation 3, and I was super happy when it came to the PlayStation Vita. And I know that this game didn't get like the greatest reviews for the game itself, but there was a lot of fun to be had in this one. People still play this one to this day on the PlayStation Vita, and you can tell why. The multiplayer was a ton of fun. It used the PlayStation Vita features well. Graphics were fantastic, and it just played really, really well. And I'm super happy that they decided to do 8-player Ad-Hoc ability, so even long after the servers are gone, we can still enjoy this game for all it was worth, on each of our handhelds and relive our Resistance Burning Skies memories of how much fun this multiplayer game was. So this one is fantastic, guys. Check this one out. Coming in at number 4, Resistance Burning Skies. The next one here, coming in at number 3, is one of my favorite racing games of all time, and that is Sonic All-Stars Racing's Transformed. This is another one that's fantastic because you can play with up to 8 players in Ad-Hoc mode, and this game is basically perfect on the PlayStation Vita. They did a great job porting this over. The graphics, the gameplay, everything is here, and this is obviously a kart racer like Mario Kart and stuff, but with the with the Sega properties that are in this game, and it's so much fun to play as all the different characters from the Sega franchises and having all the different levels and stuff that remind you of the different properties that Sega has been known for. And the fact that this one is called Transform, because this is the second in the series, actually, not the first, because they're both fantastic games. This one here, basically, as in the title, transforms, and you can obviously transform into kind of using a boat, and then you go back into a car, and then you're flying the next time, and they kind of use that without the level. One time you're doing one thing, another time you're doing another. So it's really fun to play. The level changes as you're racing by, and it's a great racer. If you guys have not played this one yet, this has been ported over to a lot of systems, and you definitely should. But the fact that we have this on the PlayStation Vita and has 8-player Ad-Hoc multiplayer is fantastic. Guys, check this one out. Coming in at number 3, Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transform. And the next one here, coming in at number 2, is a fantastic game on the PlayStation Vita and all it's right, and that is Soul Sacrifice Delta. This is a 4-player Ad-Hoc mode that you can play in this game, and it is an action RPG on the PlayStation Vita. Kind of think like Monster Hunter and stuff like that. This is kind of that game for the PlayStation Vita, and it was done super well with 4 of your friends that you can actually play. Really gory, really action-oriented, really fun to play, and this one was a ton of fun when it was online, and we were able to play this online with friends, and the fact that we have Ad-Hoc to continue playing it is fantastic. And it's a very unique game because this was an exclusive on the PlayStation Vita, and we got to play this, and they did a really good job. Everything about this game screams fun with your friends and kind of slaying monsters and going around and having a lot of fun with your friends. So check this one out. Soul Sacrifice Delta, coming in at number 2. And the last one here, coming in at number 1, is Freedom Wars on the PlayStation Vita. This game also has 4 players that you can play in Ad-Hoc mode, and this is also a cooperative game on the PlayStation Vita. And this is kind of like a superhero game that you're kind of going around, you're doing missions with each other cooperatively, and you're basically trying to save all the civilians and stuff while doing missions. And it's a great blend of action and strategy, like I said, as you're rescuing the civilians and stuff. And it is a great action game. If you guys have not played Freedom Wars on the PlayStation Vita, you definitely should, because again, this is another exclusive that wasn't anywhere else except the PlayStation Vita, and it is not only a great Ad-Hoc game that's on this list, but just a really good Vita game as well overall. And it's fantastic. The art style is so much fun. The graphics are really well done. It's a ton of fun to play with you by yourself or your friends, and this game was just fantastic on the PlayStation Vita when it came out. I remember how much everyone actually loved this game when it came out, and it's still so much fun to play this day because it's very unique and a title that was only on the PlayStation Vita. So that's why it made my number 1 on this list. So definitely check this one out, guys. Freedom Wars on the PlayStation Vita. All right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that list on the PlayStation Vita of my top 15 favorite Ad-Hoc multiplayer games. There's so many good Ad-Hoc multiplayer games in the Vita, even more than what's on this list. And there's a lot for you guys to explore. So let me know your favorites down below if you guys have games that you guys love playing in Ad-Hoc multiplayer on the PlayStation Vita. I love my PlayStation Vita. It's too bad that it didn't have a longer life cycle. I have 3 PlayStation Vitas. I want to get a 4th so we can have 4-player Ad-Hoc multiplayer when friends are over. But I love the PlayStation Vita. I wish it lasted longer. I wish Sony did more with it. But obviously, that didn't come to fruition. But I am happy that we have what we have on the PlayStation Vita. There's a lot of great games on it, even though a lot of people like to say there isn't. But there's plenty of good games that are on the PlayStation Vita, and a lot of fun to be had with friends. So I hope you guys enjoyed this list. If you guys have any questions about what you guys saw in today's video, as always, leave it down below. If not, thank you guys for watching. Till next time.